Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. You know, Jeremy, there's a conundrum that people have this time of year, okay? We've taken the Christmas down, and what are we going to put up in its place, in its stead?
I don't know.
Well, you know, I wanted to bridge the gap today with some decor, and let's take a look at how we do this.
I found the cutest little teapot at a flea market, and I wondered, what in the world am I going to do with this? So I decided I would make an arrangement. A winter arrangement is what I'm calling it, because, you know, we've put away our Christmas, and what do we do now? So this arrangement is going to have neutrals in it, and I'm using paper flowers. This is a thing that we've just been hearing about. Price Cutter has them there at their store. I'm going to use some greenery. I'm going to use some fresh greenery that's dried. I'm going to use some pods and some natural items as well. Now I'm going to start with the top of this. I think it's got some great design, but I feel like it could be better seen. So I'm going to add a little bit of highlights on the parts of the pot that really I want to accentuate. Next is the rim, the top part of the pot. Take a look at that. It's got such detail, but it gets lost. So we're going to add a little bit of the highlight to make that show up as well. And the handle, of course. And then I thought maybe I should just do the bottom part to kind of tie it all together. Now once this is on and I've got it sponged off just like I would like, I decided it would be nice to add a little sheen to the whole thing. So I got my Mod Podge, this is the glossy type, and just put it over the whole pot. The part that I had painted to accentuate, and just the whole pot. There's a lot of reds and greens in there that are going to just really pop if it has a little bit of a sheen to it. And it doesn't take long to dry at all. By the time I got the pot done and I let it sit for a minute just to do the top part, it was all ready to go and I could start my arrangement. I started by gluing the foam into the arrangement. I cut it to fit, and the top one as well. We want this arrangement to be kind of tall. And then of course you've got to put your moss on the top. You could use whatever you wanted in the way of moss. This arrangement is going to be an open, flowing arrangement. I didn't want it to be too full. This is going to be an arrangement that it looks good from both sides, the front and the back. I think I'd like to use this in the center of our room. So our greenery is in, and I'm using the paper flowers. Again, the colors are just neutral, so it could be used all year long, or it could just be used into the spring. I'm using some natural pieces, some pods, and some pine cone. Now the top is just so cool that I wanted to make it part of the arrangement. So I put a wire in the bottom underneath to hold it, and then just stuck it into the foam where it would hang there. I did put a little bit of glue to kind of solidify it. So I just finished making the arrangement how I wanted. It's really simple. A few curly sticks in and the finishing touches. Finally, a little bit of pine cone right there under the lid and some more greenery. I finished up with a few more pieces of greenery and the final one right there in the spout. I love how this turned out.
And so there it is, Jeremy. I just wanted to get a close-up on that. I'm really happy with how it turned out. This pot, like I say, I've had for a while. Teapots are another thing that I just really love, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with that. But again, we've talked about whether you make it a one-sided or two-sided. This could sit in the middle of a table, and this is something that if you wanted, you could use all year long, or you could just use it to bridge where, you know, when the spring comes along, and you could change it out with big bright flowers or something like that. You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's good that you can use something that you have.
Absolutely.
That's always great.
Yes, it
'Cause you're
is.
like, what can I do with that? And you
Yeah.
already have it, so
Yeah.
use that.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to the store and find all kinds of vases, but I like to use something unique. And again, on this piece, it already had some greens in it, it had some reds in it, but the Mod Podge made it stand out. And the ornateness of the lid, I just wanted that to be part of the arrangement. I wanted that to show. So, and your grandmother was a floral designer, and I
Yes.
took classes. We both love that kind of thing. I know that you do that as well.
I do love it, and I wish I did it more, honestly, because I don't do it as often as I used to.
Yeah, I hadn't done one in a while either, and I loved using the elements that were that you could do outside, like these little, I don't know what these are called. Do you know? I just call them a pod.
Yeah. You know, when I was a kid, I used to call them beehives because they reminded me of beehives when I was a kid.
Yeah, I just call it a pod, and then also some pine cone and that sort of
like
thing.
a seed pod. You're right.
Like a seed pod. I think that's what it is. So anyway, but this is, of course, the kind of arrangement that is, it's going to last. I love fresh flowers. Unfortunately, they don't live forever.
That does stink.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. You love that beautiful fresh flower arrangement, but it has to die.
It has to die. So
Yeah.
anyway, but I had fun with this. I kind of like the idea. Sometimes I get carried away and I want to put too many things in arrangement, but having the openness of it is kind of a nice thing. And these flowers are not new, the paper flowers, but they are something you don't see all the time.
Yeah. And let's be honest, guys. Don't be rude. Don't go to Kelly's house, and when you see this, go, look, that was a piper.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, you're right, Kelly.
Jeremy, you're breaking my flower. Did you see that?
I was trying to get it. Wait, where are you? Where are you, Sidjid? Where are you? Oh.
See, yeah.
Like, don't go to Kelly's house and do that. That's just not polite.
Yeah, that's not polite. But anyway, it is a great thing, and you can find some of these at Price Cutter.
Hey, Kelly, can I give you a quick tip? I just thought from my Aunt Bonnie, who's also a floral designer. Do you know how you clean silk flowers?
Isn't there a spray?
Hairspray.
Oh, hairspray.
You can use
Oh, that
hairspray
makes sense because
to clean
it
the
takes
silk flowers.
It takes the dust and stuff off
Yes,
of it.
my Aunt Bonnie taught me that. I just remember that right now. We're just talking as I was.
Good to know. You might need that at home.
Don't go anywhere. More fun in Ozarks Fox AM.
Don't touch my
Right after
flowers,
this. When I come to your house, Kelly, I'm going to
No,
poke those
you've
flowers.
already broken one off.
I'm like, look at these paper flowers.